It's Morphin Time!
What's happening, everybody? Justin here alongside Yadi and Wait, no, it's not Lola, it's Lewis. Yeah, wait. He's looking off into the distance. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is.
Hello there.
I think he finally noticed. Yep. General
It's me.
Kenobi.
It's me, Luigi.
Yep. A rare appearance by one of our members. So yeah, alongside Yadi
Which member?
and Lewis. Somebody.
You like members.
Just some random
Gold
guy.
member.
That was actually my least favorite of the. Yeah, it's weird though. That was actually my least favorite of the three Austin Powers flicks.
Yeah. The Spy Who Shagged Me was the best one.
Absolutely. Well, we'll keep that in the episode. Welcome once again to Nap Reacts, our incredible nerdy reaction series where we take all of the cool content that you, the community, suggest. We check it out, break it down, and give you our perspective on it. This week's episode, we'll be checking out Super Sentai Henshin and Rollcall Part 1 by AK Ranger.
Jesus Christ, say that 10 times fast.
Well, I'll be saying that 5 more times over the course of the next month or so, because I had to split this.
Ranger.
You could call it that, but yeah, the channel is the channel that originally uploaded it is called AK Ranger, and then it was re-uploaded by another channel which I had mistakenly credited on like a previous episode, and so we're setting the record straight, as it were. So yeah. So getting into the pregame, the three of us here are massive fans of Power Rangers. A big part of our a big part of our childhood.
Kamehameha.
You sure?
Wait,
was it
wrong.
Morphin Time.
You ruined it because I was about to go Hadouken. Yeah, that was wrong again, but it is what it is. It was a big part of our childhood growing up. I absolutely enjoyed that series. It campy as hell, and of course we got made fun of relentlessly for enjoying that series because it was. It wasn't the cool thing to watch Power Rangers.
I think I got made fun of because not because I watched it, but because I thought I was a Power Ranger. I would run around the school like because I thought I was the Pink Ranger.
Oh my god. Oh man, I mean, I didn't go that far, but I definitely got made fun of pretty hard for watching it and liking it. It's like Power Rangers. It was like,
I guess it's just me.
Maybe. Yeah, people were just like, Power Rangers is lame. Why do you watch that? That's not cool. You watch something else and blah blah blah. And it's just okay. Yeah. I enjoy what I enjoy, and you enjoy what you enjoy. You probably, and I think I said this before. It's like the people that make fun of you the hardest for enjoying a franchise like that are probably secretly fans of the series themselves.
Of course.
So, it's like you're projecting your own insecurities with liking that series onto somebody else to make yourself seem cooler. A bit of background on the video that we are going to be watching. This is part 1 of a 5-part series that we are going to be watching, detailing the transformations and the roll calls for the different Super Sentai series from 1975 all the way to this year. And so this first part, well, and therein lies the point of me having to cut this episode into multiple parts, because the total runtime of this episode would have been about an hour and 20 minutes. So basically like almost like a feature length movie. And don't none of us have time to sit there and watch and make this an hour and a half long episode.
Well, we're already at 23 minutes, so.
That is what it is. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to I'm gonna play each transformation. We're gonna pause in between. I'm gonna give you some fun facts, and then you guys just give me your thoughts.
React. Got it.
Pretty much. That's the gist of it, I suppose.
Hey, say more.
Yep.
I like when you talk dirty to me.
Nice.
I'm gonna touch myself tonight.
Oh God, I don't have my soundboard up right now. Oh my God! For those that are wondering where all that came from, go back to one of our more recent episodes of the Nerd Archive podcast from like 2 weeks ago, and I'll leave it at that. So yeah. Before we get into this week's video, as always, see, nerds don't words good, folks. Since we cannot monetize these reactions, direct support, while not required, is greatly appreciated. So head on over to patreon.com/thenerdarchive for as little as $1 a month. After a 7-day free trial, you get access to all sorts of cool perks, starting with access to our special hidden section on Discord, Sector 0, where some of our Patreon rewards are fulfilled. $5 a month gets you 1 week early access to all of our recorded content, including Nap Reacts. And new perks, tiers, and merch are always being considered. So head on over, check it out, see what's on offer, and lend your support if you wish. As always, links to the original video will be in the description below, so pause this, head on over, give them a watch and a like if you haven't already, and then come back and do the same for us. Granted, you're going to be watching a much longer video than we are right now, so
if you're gonna watch it over there, watch the whole video over there, and then come back and watch our reaction to the videos, because you're gonna see what we're gonna react to later.
Yes.
This guy, I'm telling you, man. And with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get into the action and make it happen.
Amarillo.
But that was blue.
Ginger. That means. It's a mamaricha.
Gordo.
All right, so fun facts. This series, the first series that you just watched is called Himitsu Sentai Goranger, which is the very first Sentai series developed by Shotaro Ishinomori, who also developed the Kamen Rider or Masked Rider franchise about 5 years earlier. They are a super technology spy team that fight against the secret terrorist monster force, the Black Cross Army. It had at 84 episodes. It is the longest running Super Sentai show in the franchise. Now, this and the second one that you're about to see weren't actually included in Super Sentai until a number of years later, when the studio owners decided to finally include it in the series or the franchise as a whole. So, what are your thoughts?
It threw me off when what they're saying was a color, and it was not the color that they were wearing.
Right, yeah, that's what it was. The color names in Spanish sounded pretty similar to what they were saying. So, yes, I'm with you.
Oh yeah, so basically what they're saying are the Japanese names for their color. Aka being red, Momo being pink, Mito being green, and all that.
So
but the first guy said amarillo.
Orange. Right, yep. So that's yellow. And
and it was red. And
that's fun.
And when I said the gordo joke, it's because gordo and it means fat, and the Ranger looked a little bit chunky, so I thought it was funny.
True enough.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they don't appear as athletic, especially when like they're wearing the suits and stuff like that. And so like and with this being like 1975, the transformations are a bit basic. So all they're doing is just saying go and then spinning, and then they're in the suits now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which means in 1975, I could have been a Power Ranger.
Maybe. All right. Moving on to our second series.
Look like toys.
ジャッカーは強化カプセルの中でそれぞれ強化エネルギーを浴びてジャッカーになるのだ。
That's crazy how the editing was before.
Yeah. Nice.
Whoa.
Oh man, I just had a stroke.
ジャッカージャック。ステイロー。ファイヤージャック。ロバーキング。
Love King.
A big one.
Yeah.
Good for you.
They're the smallest. Wait, what?
Okay, so that one was the second Sentai series called JAKQ Dengekitai from 1977. A team of cyborgs based on a playing card motif, as you saw, later joined by another member who takes over the leadership called Big One. Due to low ratings, the series was canceled after only 35 episodes, making it the shortest running Sentai series in the franchise's history. And because of how badly it was received, it nearly derailed Super Sentai before it ever got off the ground. And then they also had a feature film crossover with Goranger from the previous year, which down the road would eventually be used as a template for crossovers going forward.
Got it.
So, what are your thoughts?
I do have to say that the first guy that got in the toy box, he looked very Hispanic, and it threw me off. I'm like, this is in Japan.
Native.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was thinking
Yeah.
native.
Oh yeah.
Like South American. And I was like,
Oh yeah. There are some that do have that do have that look.
yeah.
Most definitely. What else you got?
The playing card not the greatest.
Mm.
The suits don't look that great. Although the big one, I'm gonna regret saying this. The big one looked good.
Hey.
Hey, you get the gist.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Next up.
Come on.
That reminds me of that show. Ole!
Black Panther.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay. So that series was called Battle Fever J from 1979, featuring an international group of characters. It was also the first to be co-produced by Marvel Comics.
Makes sense.
Yep. After Toei and Marvel worked together on a Spider-Man series and featured characters resembling Captain America and Miss America, each member representing a certain country and doing a specific dance, it was also the first to feature a giant robot, an idea that was carried over from the Spider-Man production. From then on, the series' official name became Super Sentai.
That's very cool.
And then, as you can see, it also had several character changes. So the Miss America character, they had an actor change for that one, and then Battle Cossack had an actor change as well. What are your thoughts?
It reminds me of that cartoon, or another old anime or cartoon. It's the one with the racers, right? What's the name? Yeah, with the cars and the helmet.
Speed Racer?
The Speed Racer? Like with the formation and stuff reminded me of that.
It makes sense that they co-produced it with Marvel because the one from Kenya literally looked like Black Panther.
Yeah. There's definitely a resemblance there. All right, what else do we got?
He's looking up
Yeah, it's Speed Racer. That's what it reminded me of.
the helmet.
Jason.
Okay.
Just like the formation. I don't know. It just kind of reminded me of that. The shape of the helmets. That's what it was.
Cool. All right. Next up.
Is this a lantern core?
All clear computers. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh, okay. So we got a little ahead of ourselves there. All right, this one.
That's like cyborgish.
Oh yeah. So this is Denshi Sentai Denziman from 1980 and was the first series to have a transforming giant robot and utilize a lens visor in the suit's helmet. The series is also the first to introduce a personal transformation device, in this case, a ring. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What are your thoughts?
You can tell that they're using more athletic at this point because you can see the evolution so far with and not just the suits and the production, because to be fair, the production still looks the same to this day, which is fine because it's part of the show. It's the essence of the show. It's supposed to look like that, everything cardboard, and it's just their style. But the jumping around and all those stunts, you can tell the difference. Because the first one, when the Russian Power Ranger tried to lift his leg, looked like he was going to rip the quad. He was not athletic at all. He tried to lift his leg, and I don't think it went over his hip.
He went from Battle Cossack to hamstring tear.
Pretty much.
Yadi, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was like cool how they had the ring stuff, and the helmet had that computer style from that time with everything needed to be clear or something like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, at that point, every you wanted to see the internals of everything.
Oh yeah. There are some other ones that will do that as well. So that'll be something to look forward to. All right, next up.
Mariconsa. Oh. Mariposa.
Oh wait, this is another one from the same series. Okay, so that one was called Taiyo Sentai Sun Vulcan from 1981, which served as a direct sequel to Denziman. Yeah, so this series used air, land, and sea motif and featured the first combining robot to be used. A trend that continues throughout the Super Sentai series to this day. Sun Vulcan was the only series to have a 3-member team throughout the show and the only series to have an all-male team.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
What are your What are your thoughts?
This one gave me like Mighty Morphin. Like
Yeah, the suits.
The suits.
were looking-
like
yeah.
like to me, they reused the boots for Mighty Morphin.
Huh.
Like if you look at them and when they show only like from their knees down, I thought I was watching Mighty Morphin.
Now I wonder, why would you be looking at their knees?
Hey. You got good knees.
Now I wonder how you could possibly know that.
Remember, I got you knee pads for Christmas last year. Because you tried to get up last time and there was a lot of creaking and cracking.
Yeah. The perks of getting old.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
This is what you get when you watch the Nerd Archive, folks.
Yes.
All right. Moving on.
Turbo. Did you force? Did you?
It's funny that you should mention that, because this franchise is literally where the Ginyu Force got the idea for the posing dance choreography stuff for their introduction.
I can tell.
Yes. So this series is called Dai Sentai Goggle V from 1982 and featured an ancient civilization motif. While a success, it was overshadowed by another series called Space Sheriff Gavan, created by the main writer of Sun Vulcan and the beginning of the Metal Heroes franchise. And generally, the two were seen together during the year of airing.
It was very medieval, like the trimming.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, Ginyu.
Yeah, and their suits reminded me of the Turbo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. From the
we're starting to see
American
trends now.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah. You'll see like certain
very cool.
aspects that look familiar from the from the franchises that we grew up on and what have you. So super cool. What else we got? What's your thoughts?
Thus far, I'm liking this. Oh man,
What?
just me.
Yeah.
Why am I like this?
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
That's why he calls himself Lady Gaga, folks. He was born this way.
Oh, I forgot that I was calling myself Lady Gaga for a second. I need to
For a little
bring that
bit.
back.
Well,
Or a
maybe.
different name.
Maybe. Well, we'll come back to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But for now,
Yes.
Love this sound effect.
okay. So this series, Kagaku Sentai Dynaman from 1983, was the first series to use spandex costumes for the heroes and was the first series to remove the scarves from the costume. It began developing stronger story elements and was the first to have a truly ambiguous dark hero who rode the line between hero and villain. Several episodes of this were dubbed into English for comedic purposes and aired during the USA Network's 1987 Night Flight programming block.
So this is the first Super Sentai that came to the US before Power Rangers.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Pretty much. But it was purely for like a comedy thing, I think. I would assume mainly to kind of make fun of the premise for the series. But I'm not familiar with the Night Flight programming because, I mean, we were all pretty much too young for...
I wasn't.
And you weren't even born yet.
I still hadn't left my dad's balls yet. Or even made it there yet. It was just 2 years before my birth.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. What are you guys' thoughts on that one?
Kagaku Sentai.
You just wanted to say the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kagaku Sentai.
Justin, it means shit on your sentai. Kagaku
Okay.
Sentai.
I had a feeling it was something. I had a feeling it was something vulgar.
Yeah, for sure.
But
if it's
That's what
vulgar,
it
we'll
sounds
bring it up.
like. That's the name. They did that.
Y'all
I
don't-
didn't do that. I'm just
y'all
repeating
don't
it.
y'all don't disappoint. I think I actually like these. I like these particular costumes because they look similar to like baseball uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the old school like Japanese baseball uniforms. If you've ever seen what those look like.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a very good comparison.
All right, and moving on.
Bioman. That reminds me of that other show. What's the other show?
Beetleborg?
I forgot. Bioman.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like 3 of them.
And they were cops. They were
Yeah.
police.
Oh,
Oh, that one looks cool.
yeah.
All right. So that was Chodenshi Bioman from 1984. Bioman was the first series to feature 2 female heroes on the team. This season was pitched to be the start of the Power Rangers franchise, but the pilot episode Bioman never got picked up into a full season. Bioman was dubbed into French and aired on France's Canal Plus and TF1. And
like
then
it. This one
it
looked-
was, oh yeah. And then it was the first to feature like an extra. This wasn't like a 6th hero, but it was just like an extra character, I think, that they just threw in for like an episode or 2.
That makes sense.
So what are your thoughts?
So like Yadi was saying, there was like Beetleborg. Is that what it was called? That was also like Power Rangers, and they did a crossover once.
Yeah, a long time ago. It was like three of them. One
So-
looked like, yeah.
So
I
they
have
all
that
look like
somewhere.
Beetles. Their suits look like Beetles. But what I'm saying is, there was also one that was like, they looked like RoboCops, essentially. And their suits had like the cop lights and things like that, and their helmets look just like this. But I'm trying to.
I think you might be referring to Power Rangers SPD.
No. There was only 3 of them, and
There was only 3 of
airing,
them.
and it was airing at the same time as Mighty Morphin.
Interesting.
VR Troopers found it.
VR Troopers.
There you
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned like Beetleborgs and VR Troopers because those franchises are also based on Japanese Tokusatsu franchises, which unfortunately each of those only lasted, I think, maybe a season or two because they quickly ran through a lot of stock footage.
Yeah.
Or what they had, and they couldn't really do much of anything. Oh yeah. I remember that series. And the funny thing is, like the franchises.
Saban or
Oh, yeah.
Saban.
Yeah. And what's funny is the Metal Heroes franchise that was based on. A lot of those characters from VR Troopers, if you go back to see like the Metal Heroes franchise, a lot of those characters don't ever really appear together. So they just took a bunch of stock footage from some different stuff and they threw it together. And then of course, I think they cut together some of their own stuff when they were able to get the suits and stuff like that. And then, but I mean, they quickly ran through a lot of that. So that I think VR Troopers was only like 2 seasons at most.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot.
I remember watching it on WB Kids. Or Kids WB. Whatever.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, this man, good times.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. All right. And next up.
Let's change that.
Are we watching Harry Potter?
Maybe.
Gryffindor.
That's funny as hell. Yeah, maybe, you know. You think J.K. Rowling gotten a little bit inspiration from that? Who knows?
I don't want to get into that.
That is what it is. So that was Dengeki Sentai Changeman from 1985 and featured a motif based on creatures of mythology and focused on a trained military battalion fighting an alien invasion threat. That's it for the description. So what are your thoughts?
Secret invasions. Nice. And this one still looks better.
Yeah.
I like the not animals, but you know the inspiration to their powers and whatnot.
The mythical creatures.
Mythical ones, yeah, different.
Yeah,
you know, like it's
yeah.
not dinosaurs and whatnot.
Oh yeah. That actually the dinosaur thing doesn't come into play until like several seasons later.
Yeah, no. But I'm just saying, like at least from what we've seen so far in our lifetime, you know, that's pretty cool.
Right.
Oh yeah. I think hell, the dinosaur thing has been done like 3 or 4 times based on what we've seen, and it's like going back to the older stuff to get kind of a fresh take on, you know, just something else besides dinosaurs and ninjas and, you know, the usual stuff.
I'm surprised they haven't done anything with like mythical creatures. And it's probably because the footage is too old for them to do it now.
What's funny is, and I never saw this series because I stopped watching. I mean, I don't watch a lot of the modern Power Ranger stuff because it doesn't really interest me. I try to keep up with Sentai and things like that because the stories, in my opinion, are a lot better. But when they did Super Mega Force, which adapted the pirate one, they did use some suits from some of these seasons as like some mythic ranger type stuff. I don't recall which teams they used, but it was interesting to see some of the stuff that the American audiences never got to see, especially those that
Right.
didn't really get into the Super Sentai. All right. And next up.
Basta. Okay. Oh, I like that.
Son Goku.
This is it. Planets.
Flashman.
Wait, is this? Okay. All right. So that was called Choshinsei, Nerds Don't Words Good. Flashman from 1986. It was the first series to add a second giant robot for the team to fight with. It was also noted that this is the 10th Super Sentai at the time, as Goranger and JAKQ were not included as Super Sentai seasons when Flashman aired. So this wasn't the 10th anniversary of Super Sentai yet.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts?
Interesting with the planets.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I guess I mean I haven't seen them all, but at least I haven't seen something themed like that. So that's
I think
fun.
it was based on the movements of their poses. It also looked like they were like a speed based team as well.
Right.
And so I mean it makes sense being the name Flashman.
I liked it, but so far, like, it's not one of my favorites when it comes to the suits and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like they kept, like, I don't know how to explain it. When the goggles were about to appear, I think that would have been the perfect time for them to say what color they were and not see the transformation and then see each member again saying what their names were.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, some of them take a little bit too long. I think it probably would have been better if they'd done, because it's weird, because like some of the transformations do like, okay, yeah, the red being like by himself, and then you have the split screen with the other four. And so like the guy that cut this together and uploaded it kind of did some of them that way, and then some of them where they were separate. And it's just like,
Right.
I think it would make more sense and be more consistent to have them all the same way, but
Right.
no worries. What do you think, Yadi?
Yeah, it was very cool the way they put the glasses on and whatnot. And became the Ranger.
Oh yeah. And then like you were saying, like you were pointing out to like the whole electronics thing and that you see on the inside of the helmets before the visor came on.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Next up.
Maskman.
All right. So that was the last one for this episode. That was from Hikari Sentai Maskman from 1987. Features a motif based on martial arts and introduces the first 5-piece combining robot with the individual mecha piloted by each member of the team. And the series featured a prototype for the 6th warrior who only appeared for 1 episode.
That's what I noticed, that the Green Ranger came out at the end.
Yeah. the transformations were, or the suiting up was a little bit shorter on this one, which is great. That's it.
What about you, Yadi?
Pretty much that, like this reminded me more of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like not the suit, how it looked itself, but the mask man.
Oh yeah. I actually of a lot of the classic Sentai suits, I actually preferred this one more than most because of how clean they looked, and especially with this particular video, like it seemed like it was a lot higher def, so you could see the suits in that a lot more clearly.
Right.
And honestly, I definitely like the suits the way these look more than, but definitely more than the 10 that we'd seen previous. But I mean, there's some other ones that look pretty cool as well that come after this, but we'll have to wait for upcoming episodes.
I can't wait to start seeing the recent ones and remembering. Like when I say recent, like our time.
Yep.
Recent when we were kids.
Yeah, because to me, like the first Power Rangers were the Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's a little bit different.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. Back then, we didn't have internet, none of this, cell phone stuff and whatnot. So we had no way of knowing where all this stuff came from. And just like this, Power Rangers comes out. This like incredible concept. Like, man, where do they come up with this? The suit designs and the action sequences and whatnot. And I think the only time I really questioned anything was when you saw like the difference between the Green Ranger shield during the action sequences and as compared to when he was just there in like the command center, standing with the other Rangers, where it was cloth versus whether it was like a solid shield when he was fighting something. And then obviously, that obviously was explained in another episode of our podcast. So
Right. And you're not, you're 2 years older than us?
Probably more than 2 years older.
When were you born?
84.
So 5 years.
Yeah.
So you noticed those things, but Mighty Morphin came out in 93?
Yeah.
I was 3. I didn't notice the difference until later when I started rewatching them. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
that's weird. But
Well, yeah, no, at the time you were just a young kid, all this cool stuff, the jumping around, fighting the bad guys, and it was like
a
super
lot of
cool.
colors and blowing up things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Super, super cool to watch, man. But honestly, no, yeah, even at my age watching it, when it first premiered, I mean, it was just like the pure enjoyment of it.
Yeah. And which is funny because my favorite thing, and looking back, it doesn't make any sense, but my favorite thing is every time the Power Rangers got hit with like a sword of something on their chest, it blew up. Like there was a spark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense.
No, not really.
Unless the suits look that way, but they were supposed to be metal. But obviously they weren't. But it was supposed to be. That's the only explanation as a 35-year-old that I can come up with.
Oh yeah. No, it's the older analytical brain, that we have now. You look at stuff like that, it's like, oh yeah, you get hit with a sword and sparks fly out and you see like the burn marks on the chest of the suit, and then the very next scene those marks are gone.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, all right, let's change the suits and
dry cleaning, like
yeah.
real quick. Where's Jarvis?
I'm sure they had
and Alfred.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, like they most likely they had like 5 or 6 different sets of the suits. So it's just like, okay, let's change out of these, put them into something a bit cleaner. Okay, they've been fighting, let's dirty them up just a little bit so that, it's not too obvious.
And only that, but maybe also multiple stuntmen already dressed up.
That too.
Like, okay, we've been shooting this scene for a minute. Switch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And don't forget to throw dirt on the new ones so they look like they've been fighting for a second.
Oh yeah. Like I said, you don't want to make it look too obvious that it's a brand new suit, because then even 3-year-old you or 8-year-old me would be like, nah, something just ain't right here.
Morphin'
Well, with that being
time!
said, that'll just about do it for this week's episode of Nap Reacts. We hope you enjoyed this bit of content as much as we did bringing it to you. If you did, smack that like button as hard as you can. Smack. Yeah. What he just did. There you go. With conviction, smack that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're new. Next time on Nap Reacts, we're going to be checking out.
Hey there, nerds! Intern Steve here, making his debut with a quick correction for the next episode of Nap Reacts. Monday's episode will now be Random CSGO Bullshittery Part 1 by Soviet Womble. We apologize for the confusion and hope you look forward to the next episode as much as we are. And now, back to the outro.
Follow us on all of our social platforms through the links in the description. The Linktree is your one-stop shop for everywhere we operate, including our Patreon as well as our Discord community, which you will thoroughly enjoy. It is absolutely free to join, so stop by, shoot the breeze, play some games, and hang out with the nerds just like you. Boil it all down, what can they do, Lewis?
Toca todos los botones. Means click all the thing.
Anyway, you heard the man. Click all the things and join our incredible community. We look forward to seeing you there. With that said, we're going to get the hell out of here for Yadi and Lewis. This is Justin. Thanks again for watching Nap Reacts, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye! Deuces.
Bye.
I'm Batman.